Hi, I'm Megan from Elements of DIY and welcome to my brand new acrylic pour channel. Every Friday I'm going to be releasing a new video that shows you some of my tips, techniques, and tricks that I use to do acrylic pour, along with experimenting with a lot of new tools and techniques. So make sure you subscribe to the channel for those updates. Alright, in today's video I'm going to be focusing on doing a swipe technique, which is using a tool like a spatula to swipe the paint across the canvas, but I'm going to add a little twist to it. I'm actually going to put a lot of the paint on the back of the palette knife to do this swipe. I'm also going to create a secret sauce, which includes using wood conditioner, and I'm going to be focusing a lot on using negative space. So if you're looking at these paintings behind me, negative space would be the white space here, and then having areas of low contrast and then having areas here in the center of high contrast. So I'm going to work on perfecting my technique to get really large, oversized, interesting, layered cells through this technique, so stay tuned. All right, so for my first painting today, the swipe sauce, so the solution I'm going to be putting on the back of the palette knife, is going to be a combination of US Floetrol mixed with a little bit of the wood conditioner, along with Amsterdam acrylics for the paint. So this will have color to it and it will help create all those cells by using these two items here. Then for the base, I'm going to be using untinted wall paint. So this is the bare untinted version. And then for the paint, I'm just going to mix how I normally mix my Amsterdam acrylic paints. All right, so I'm just going to use those really small cups here because I'm not going to use a ton of this solution for the swipe. And I'm just going to put a little bit of each color in the cup. All right, with the Floetrol, you always want to make sure, obviously, you shake it. And then I do like using the strainer from Floetrol because you will find chunks every once in a while. Okay, so as you can see, the wood conditioner is really, really liquidy. So you're going to use a dollop, like the smallest, I would say 3 drops per these little cups here, and then just mix it in accordingly. All right, we're all set. So I'm just going to use regular white house paint here on the back base. All right, now it's time to load the palette knife with the paint. So I'm just going to pour these on, balance it on there. And then swipe away. so again, I really wanted to focus on having a lot of negative space in these paintings here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause on this one, but I'll take you in for a close-up so you can see some of these cells that are really starting to develop. And do you see how within those cells there's so much character, like there's so many different colors that are jam-packed into one little cell? This is actually really cool. Okay, that was so beautiful. I'm actually gonna do the exact same thing. So using the same exact paint, I'm just gonna reverse the order of the paint so I can try to hide the gold that I'm working with. I don't really care for it that much. It's a warm gray is what I'm using as kind of my gold. So I'm gonna try to bury that a little bit more versus having it be the top one. Reasons I actually started this YouTube channel was I started recording myself painting so much because I would complete a pour and then I would try to figure out how to do it again and I could never remember. So I actually started recording my pours so I could go back and study them and learn them. So then when I find something I really like, I can duplicate it and then I can sometimes go back and study what I didn't like about it and where it might have gone wrong. So that's actually why I started this channel. So I remember that the order I put it in last time was the gold on the bottom, which means it would be the top one to surface. So I'm actually not going to use this color at all this time and only use gray and blue as the swipe colors. And I'll just put a little bit more. All right. This is the part where you're like, should I stop or should I spin more? I feel like you're never gonna learn unless you spin more. Let me zoom you in so you can see this a little bit better. And I can show you Really some of the cool details of this one. All right, so let's switch things up again. I'm gonna go ahead and use a board panel instead of a canvas for this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape that off. Then I'm going to modify what I'm using for the base. So initially I was just using regular house paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and modify this a little bit. And then I'm gonna reverse. So the paint that I was using to initially apply to the canvas, I'm actually gonna try that as the swipe paint this time and use the one that has the wood conditioner down as the base. So let's see how that changes things. So the house paint, this is just regular house paint in here, and I'm gonna do 50% house paint, 50% Floetrol, and then I'm gonna add the GAC 800 along with a varnish too. All right, so this one definitely did not turn out the same as the others. I will be interested to see how this one dries. As you can see, this is kind of fuzzy through here. I wonder if those, when it's dry, it crisps up. If you're ever interested in how the paintings dry, I always post the dry ones over on Instagram. So Elements of DIY is where I'm at over there. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Again, I release a new video every Friday, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you always get notified when they come out. And in the comments below, please go ahead and let me know if you've used any unique formulas in your acrylic pour. It was new for me to use the wood conditioner tonight, and I'm very excited to learn from all of you to see what you guys use too for results.